Hey guys, and welcome back to Teal House Farm. Today we have another grocery haul video for you. I'm going to show you how we do our 6-month dry goods grocery haul and how we manage to store all that in a small space for a large family. So we are going to do pretty much all of it at Sam's Club. We've come to the city. We actually had 4 different appointments today, which Annie has been a trooper. 2 for her, 2 for me and the baby. So we are about done with that. We're going to take a break before our final appointment, and we are going to go to Sam's Club and pick everything up. I'm also going to give you a cost analysis. So my goal with doing this big 6-month dry goods haul is that I'm not having to go to our local grocery store to buy things when I need them, because it is a lot more expensive. So I'm going to show you how much money it saves us. Obviously prices vary depending where you live. Also, I know that our small grocery store, because we live rurally, is much more expensive than if you have like a local Walmart or something like that. But I'll give comparative prices. So I'm going to try to match brands when I can, and if I can't match the brands between Sam's Club and our little local store, then I'm going to get as close to a comparable. I'm not going to take the most expensive brand and compare it against Sam's Club. I'm not going to try to cheat you guys that way. I'll try to be as honest and transparent as possible, just so you can see how stocking up can really save money in the long run, especially when you have a large family and you're eating a lot of food. So let's get shopping. Okay, we did it. I totally forgot that we had a crib mattress in the back of the van and a stroller. So getting everything in here was a bit of a struggle, but don't underestimate the packing skills of a large family mama. We figured out how to get it all in here, even if my husband would laugh at me for how I got it in. So, real quick, I'm going to scan my receipt. I use Fetch, which is like an app that gives you points when you shop, basically, and then you can cash those points in for gift cards. So I'll put a link below with my code. If you use my code when you sign up, you get like 2,000 or 3,000 points to get started. I've been using it since January, and I've already earned $60 back in Amazon gift cards, but there's tons of different places you can get gift cards too, and you don't have to buy extra. You just buy what you're buying and you get points, and it obviously is selling your data, but I don't really care, because I figure the grocery store is probably already selling my shopping data anyway. So I'm gonna scan that receipt and get my points, and then we're gonna get Annie to her last appointment. She's got a chiropractor appointment. Really helps with her muscle stiffness and keep her comfortable. And then we're gonna go home and I'll unload everything and I'll show you what we got. Okay, we are back, and I am a super hot, sweaty mess. It is so hot today, so we're gonna do this quickly so we can get our cold stuff in the fridge. Just as a disclaimer, I'm sorry that my kitchen is really messy. We are currently remodeling our 1890s farmhouse, totally redoing the mudroom. You can watch the video here. And then on top of that, I spent all day yesterday canning like mad to stock up our canning pantry from our garden. Watch that video here. And so my kitchen is a mess from both those things. There are things dropped on every counter and surface for cleanup later, so I apologize. So a couple things to notice is that there aren't any frozen items. Even with cold bags, it was too hot today to buy frozen items and get them all the way home from the city. And that's actually okay, because our freezers are already really well stocked with meat, because we buy meat 1 time a year. And you know, we have some ice cream and stuff, so we didn't really need anything that was frozen, so we didn't buy anything that was frozen. The total today was $512. Most of that was at Sam's Club. A little bit of that was at Walmart, because Sam's Club didn't have a couple of the things I was looking for. Let's start with the baking supplies. So I buy baking supplies in 6-month amounts, and I store them in 5-gallon food grade buckets in my pantry. And the amount that doesn't fit in the 5-gallon bucket, because there's a little bit that will go in the deep freezer, and then I'll add it to the bucket when it's ready. So last time I bought was at the end of January, so this is almost exactly 6 months. And I just was running really low on these things. I will add on the screen how much I paid versus how much it would cost to buy this at the regular store, not in bulk, so you can see the money savings for our family. So I bought 50 pounds of flour. Again, we are a family of soon to be 8, and I cook a large percentage of our breads and such products. I make my own pancake and muffin mixes and brownie mix. I'll link a video for those all below if you want to do that yourself. So I go through a lot of flour. I do a lot of cooking, but it saves us a lot of money to do those things ourselves. I bought 30 pounds worth of sugar. I have another 10-pound bag in the closet too. And about 2 large canisters of baking powder. I already had a large box that's unopened of baking soda, so I didn't need to buy that. 3 bags of brown sugar should do it for us. I have not seen brown sugar in bulk bags. These bags are pretty large. They're 7 pounds, I think, but it's not like the sugar. The sugar they actually also had in 30-pound bags, but it was actually more expensive per ounce. So make sure you check the tags too. Sometimes the really big bulk bags actually aren't less expensive. What are you doing? Are you here for the Knackies? Yeah. Milk. I prefer to buy milk in cartons versus plastic containers, so I get them anytime I go to Walmart. This is just 2 gallons worth. One of the biggest storage problems I have is that we have 1 fridge for our large family. I would love to have a second fridge out in our almost completed mudroom remodel, so working on that. Then I can really just buy it in bulk, but this is what I can fit and fit all our other stuff in there. So milk is something that we have to buy at least twice a week. Since buying milk and juice only in cardboard containers, which I can either compost or burn depending on how they're lined, has reduced our trash output from about one kitchen size trash can a day to 1 every other day. So it's made a really big difference, and we would like to get that even lower. I also always keep onion soup mix on hand. I have several crock pot recipes for different types of meat that use these. You can make it yourself. I don't find that it really saves me any money, so stocked up on that as well. Chocolate chips, buy them in bulk. We love our chocolate chip cookies. Chocolate chips are also great. I mix them with raisins and things for make a little trail mix for the girls sometimes for snack, so we just keep them on hand. I bought a little bag of granola. The girls have recently really started loving parfaits, so some yogurt with granola and fruit on it, and right now, just with all of the canning and preserving we're doing from the garden, I don't have time to make my own granola too, so we just bought a large bag of that so they can continue to enjoy those for snack. Honey. I do not use a lot of honey in cooking. I obviously use a lot of white sugar. I know honey in cooking is very popular with a lot of homesteaders and a lot of more healthy eating channels, but for what it would cost to replace sugar with honey in a lot of recipes, I can't do that. That's just not manageable for us as a large family. So also for baking, I got 2 big cans of Crisco. I use a lot of lard or save my bacon and sausage grease for cooking, but there are certain things that just need Crisco, especially my grandma's cookie recipe. So these 2 big jugs of Crisco might actually last me a whole year, but we're stocked up on them. And I also got a big box of salt. Not any money saving, it's just convenient to buy a big box of salt instead of running through the smaller ones constantly. And 2 big jugs of vegetable oil. I only use vegetable oil in my like muffins recipe, and so these two jugs will last me 6 months easy, because most things I switch out the vegetable oil for a healthier option. So now for a peek at the stuff I've bought for the kids. So baby, hello baby, is due basically any day now. I had a doctor's appointment today and I was dilating already and having some contractions on and off. So it could be 3 weeks, it could be tonight, you never know. So I really stocked up on easy things that the kids can do themselves, because I know once baby is here and I'm nursing around the clock, it gets really hard for me to have to be up and down all the time to help people get what they need. So we stocked up on juice boxes, which everybody can do themselves, unlike the Capri Suns. We're gonna freeze these Go-Gurts. The girls love having them on super hot days. If they're playing outside in our little pool or on the swings, they can grab a frozen yogurt from the freezer, and I feel like it's a little better for them than a sugar water popsicle. That's not snacks. Also snacks. This is for Ivy. This bag will be gone in 2 days, but that's her favorite and all the other girls like it too. And then when the Go-Gurts are out, I bought some shelf-stable yogurt. Not my favorite from a health perspective, but as far as ease goes, I can keep these in the pantry until I have room in the fridge for them and then put them in there to cool off, and the girls have a really easy snack they can get themselves. Got 2 boxes of those. Little special treat with some cookies. And then a box of applesauce pouches, different varieties that they can have to go with some peanut butter and jelly for easy lunches coming up. And some breakfast cookies to have just on hand for really crazy days. This is the girls' all-time favorite snack, so I got them one of those. And I also got these peanut butter dipping cups. They can get carrot sticks or slice up an apple and just grab a peanut butter cup for a snack, so older girls can do that themselves. I have 2 cases of butter. This is 8 pounds of butter. This will not last 6 months. Again, I save a lot of money by saving my bacon and sausage grease, which I then use for greasing pans or frying potatoes or eggs or anything. So butter really is just for putting on bread or for making special treats. Butter is expensive, so try to save it. Okay, let's finish up. I stocked up on condiments also for my pantry stock up. So we've got 2 barbecue sauces, 3 ketchup. 3 ketchups will not last us 6 months, but it will last us at least several months, so I don't have to worry about getting it at the store with a little baby. More peanut butter. I prefer peanut butter in glass jars, but you can't buy the large peanut butters at Sam's Club like that, so we'll make do. And we have 6 things of pasta sauce. I make my own pasta sauce, and I just opened the last jar from last year. So we made it September to July. That's pretty good, almost a year. So I know about how much to make this year. But I got some to hold us through until we have enough tomatoes ready to make our own sauce. Bag of regular coffee and a bag of decaf coffee and a big jug of sour cream. Right now, with it being hot, doing a lot of fast meals like tacos and nachos and things that don't heat up my whole kitchen. So we have a big tub of sour cream for that. Just some more spinach, tomatoes, and blueberries. I have tons of vegetables from the garden, really not having to buy any fresh produce right now. These bacon crumbles are my favorite, so I stocked up with 2 bags. They're shelf stable until you open them, so we can keep them in the pantry until they're open, and we have to put them in the fridge. This honey is just for sandwiches and for oatmeal and making granola and putting on bread. I don't replace honey in all of my recipes for the sugar. It would just be massively too expensive. Maybe one day when we get our own bees, but not when I'm buying it at the store. Canned chicken I always keep on hand. A can of chicken is just the perfect amount when I whip up a quick lunch for Sam and I. When he is a couple days a week, he has a late lunch break and he'll come home for lunch. And I can make a real quick chicken pasta or chicken wraps, and just having the canned chicken on hand, it lets me do that really quickly. On the chair here, we have another carton of eggs. I'd hoped the last big box we bought would be the last one, but our ladies out there still aren't laying, so we were gonna get one more. This takes my family maybe 3 weeks to go through, but I like buying them in these big cartons because it's all uncoated cardboard and I can compost it safely. And then 2 big bags of cheddar cheese, 1 to freeze, 1 to keep in the fridge. And last food item here is a a big box of pasta. I know once the baby's here, I'm gonna need to make meals very easy and very quick, so pasta's a great way to do this. So we just got a big box to stock up. Okay, for the non-food items, I bought more paper plates and bowls. I was doing a little bit of the math, being a family of 7 table eaters right now, and I was figuring how fast we were gonna go through this last sleeve of plates and bowls that I had bought. I am the main dishwasher. We don't have a dishwasher. The kids do help once a day, but I do everything else, and so those first few weeks after the baby comes, I'm just planning on using paper plates and bowls so that I have one less thing I need to worry about. And these are great because these are compostable as well. Just stocked up on trash bags. 120 trash bags will definitely last us 6 months because we do try to watch and make choices to reduce our trash output even with a lot of kids. So this will be stocked and won't need to be refilled until I refill my dry goods. And the last thing I bought, which might make people laugh, but if you have a large family, you understand, spoons disappear as fast as socks in this house, and I don't understand why, but I bought more spoons because apparently we only have 3 spoons left that we can use. So we got some new spoons for the drawer. Okay, now I have some very special little helpers who are going to help me get all of this put away, and we're going to show you how we can fit all of this 6 months worth of baking supplies plus lots of snacks for when the baby comes. You are into that pantry right there. Mommy who wants to help? Me! Okay. First thing I need is anything that's cold. Okay, real quick, here's how we fit it all. I use an over-the-door shoe sorter for my beeswax and my reusable Ziploc bags and my really big spice containers and gravy mixes and wax paper. Things like that are in there, so they're easily accessible. I have 3 big 5-gallon tubs. Bread flour, which I way overbought last time, so we didn't need to buy this time. Now I know. Don't need as much of that one. The all-purpose, the sugar, and we had a bag that didn't quite fit, so we'll use that first, and the all-purpose flour. The girls have all their snacks in this basket, and we have the special snacks for after the baby comes, and I just don't have anywhere to fit those, so they're gonna sit here. And then these are bags of chips for lunch, cereal, all my canning, and I have more to put in here from today. The paper goods are on the bottom. I have jars that I use for dried beans and rice. They're 1/2-gallon glass jars. Oatmeal, all of my baking supplies. And then lots of store-bought canned goods up here. It's a bit of a squeeze, but we fit it all, and this is more than we usually would have at one time, because my hope is that other than milk and some fresh fruit, which I'll send Sam to store for when he is going to work, I won't really need to do any grocery shopping for at least 4 to 6 weeks. So not until the baby's at least a month old, and then I won't need to buy any more baking supplies and dry good pasta kind of things for another 6 months when we'll do this all again and cram it in there. Hey! What is that? No knacks. No knacks. No knacks. I know. Thanks so much for watching. We will talk to you again soon.